you know, some of the old Greek poems by Homer, and a little bit I took some from like Hindu poems also, like Bhagavad Gita and the Ramayana. So, yeah, but it's just an introduction. It's called the Lay of Vahnikanya. I sing of two races intertwined, who through ruin bring forth love, and inevitably ruin once more. The six lords, may you reveal why your progeny, highborn, became one with humanity, wretches. Argenefax, the foolhardy, a fervid drake, third son of Argenesophos, the silver sage, came upon a cobblestone town to hunt strong prey. Proud, he whispered his comings to the frozen winds. Warriors grim and hale gathered to make for war. His fiery white rumors swooped and hunt, swift and fell, glimmering with destruction in the falling sun. Nothing survived his absolute raze and ruin. No captains, nor women, nor children were left spared. Regretting the lack of challenge, he flew away. Eagle-sighted, he espied one sole survivor, a little girl with silver hair and tattered clothes. Offering none mercy, he dove at his target, but stopped with talon to her throat, and she stared back, with eyes unseeing, and grabbed his belly for warmth. There was no sport slaying the weak. He took pity. Girl in claw, he returned to his jewel-lit den. At first, her existence was without a purpose. As if to gain hidden knowledge, he oft would peer through her pearl-glossed eyes, yet seemingly to no avail. She would cling to him when he would depart his lair. In claw or on back she would ride, and she would laugh. Long he pondered the meaning of this strange sound. To learn its secrets, he taught her the language of his wise forefathers, Draconic, and its magics. With relish, the old ways of flame she quickly grasped. Conversely, in the art of flying, she wholly failed. This deficiency she grimly lamented, as she wished only to remain by her father. The flames of the drake began to soften and clear, for he had stopped his hunting of human dwellings. Rather, he taught the girl the hunting of great beasts. Yet blind, she learned to sense the inner fires of souls. She wielded small human weapons from his loot hoard. He wielded mighty heirlooms of his ancestors. She would laugh through it all and held him in wonder. They would venture over wine-dark seas and explore emerald forests and traverse deep, dark dungeons. At first they hunted golden deer, then foul goblins, then giant spiders, then steel-maned lions, and then more. Always within his eyes she would ever remain. Whether she served as a crown jewel of his hoard, or he saw her like his hatchling, he did not know. If she was his child, then she deserves her own name. Vahnikanya, the daughter of fire, he dubbed her. As time passed, she grew into a fine young lady, deft and masterful, with long and straight silver hair, that danced aflame, merry in the winds of the sky. One day, as she was singing with the birds, she felt three auras not so different in form from hers. If not as bright nor as intense, and tracked their source. She caught wind of their strange language and was intrigued. Her hair ignited as she appeared in welcome. They thought her a demon, burning in wickedness. Loosing their bows, their arrows turned to ash mid-flight. Fear swallowed them as they ran, tripping and scrambling. She returned to her dwelling, pondering their flight, and resolved to observe these beings from afar. Daily the trio would venture into her realm, and she would follow them, ever closer to theirs. With her vast intellect, she deduced the basic structure of their language, a sham of Draconic. They led her to a town of similar creatures, with likewise tongues and souls, and in fascination, one day slipped into a crowd of these entities. She was bewildered further. Did she not stand out? One of them collided with her, and she felt the brush of their skin, their hair, their form, almost like hers. Her hair began to light, as it did in passion. Alike, the area around her was set afire, with flame and with screams and whispers of arrows. With her plan defeated, she returned to the cave, to her father, livid at her, at these humans. He called them useless scum, spat, and forbid her to associate with them, for she is a dragon. Believe his words she did not, for he could fly and she could not, and once more sought human company. She was met with a wall of souls, war-clad, raging. Words of atonement she spoke, but to no avail. Ever watching the Drake Espida episode, wrath terrible was upon him, as it once was, and released a silver storm thither. Casting a great spell, she drew the blaze within her. Kindling her rage, she saw the drake an animal, his actions remorseless and unforgivable. She roared her heinous curses on the ashen winds. Beautiful in her fury, the drake gazed in awe at his fierce daughter, the one worthy opponent. Flaring in eyes, he welcomed her ill-fated challenge. They fought with sword and claw atop their home's mountain, seeming an erupting volcano in twilight. Dusk fell. The girl's conflagration grew cold with grief. Yet still, the drake's claws gleamed doom and aura shone bright. Together they dove in a murderous embrace. Her sword to his scaled breast, his claws to her bare throat. A cold spread through her body, and she welcomed death. Later she stirred to wait on her now gelid blade. It was the drake, pierced through the heart with cold spreading, from his wound freezing him hastily and truly. He exhaled fragmented puffs of radiant heat. Ha, 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 ha. He had learned how to laugh. She wildly scorched the ice, yet it held unmelting. The girl begged for forgiveness at her father's side. He only offered her praise. She had surpassed him. His claw ran down the river of her silver hair. Ice swallowed his face, forever stretching a grin. And now the woman was left once again, alone. On icy wings, she set off seeking repentance. This is like epilogue kind of thing. During the winter nights, when frozen winds whistle, it is said that a shimmering geist comes and takes children without homes to her wicked lair to eat. In future legend, this woman became known as the Mother of Fire and Ice, born of dragon blood, the master of the first school of human magic.
Yay!